What's going on, guys and gals, cool cats and kittens? How are y'all this evening? I'd like to welcome you to the den. I hope life is treating you well. I am your host, Sir Edward Honcho. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Kind of. We're going to get into a discussion. We're going to have a good time like we normally do. I got to scroll up so I can see what I'm seeing and what I'm missing. I don't know. I don't know if I like it back there. I may try to switch it up and do it a different way. I was rushing before the end. I'm going to do a couple of things different. I'm going to bring some old Dinergy back. And, mix with some new things I've been working on behind the scenes. Yeah. We'll flip that one. Hold on. Which one is that? Is that the right one? Yeah, that's the one. All right, we'll do it like that. And then, what do I do with this other thing? Is this? Yeah, all right. And, actually, let's do this over here. Right? Make y'all a part of the conversation. Right, put y'all over there. There we go. All right, cool. And again, so if I can pull this up, it doesn't look all weird on my end. So let's see who we have joining us. Again, if you're not familiar with the Den is the best conversation on the internet. We got a lot to talk about, like I said. I feel like oh, okay, that's the normal gold thing is over there. And, I put the thing in the bottom because, yes, people do show love via Cash App, and I wanted to be able to start, showing y'all when y'all do, so that way. Because sometimes I don't notice, honestly, until like after the stream is over with, and I feel kind of bad. So I want to be able to, make sure everybody gets their love. Let's talk about it though, right? Let's see who we got joining us. And so while I'm pulling this up, I know how much I do often promote the Discord. The Discord is crazy what it's become, right? Shout out to Culture, the Dawn of the Discord. It's a lot going on in there, and it is an extension of the Den. Like there's just the Discord has changed the Den so much. It's really weird. It's a very different thing. So if you're not a part of that, make sure you are a part of that. But let's see what we got joining us. Like John, my favorite New Yorker, Jess Sarah, the lovely Miss Jess Sarah. How are you doing this evening? D the Gamma, how are you doing, ma'am? I hope all is well. Kenneth, hello, Kenneth. Bad Bot, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Infinity, the Reform Pimp, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Sweetberry, even Sweetberry speaks in the Discord. That's how different the Discord is. The world-renowned pistachio thief has spoken on multiple occasions in the Discord. 335, what's the motherfucking? Culture, what's the motherfucking the PJs? Let's see. Let me see. So, and we're going to talk about welfare, right? We are going to get into this. I'm really going to share a story that I shared in the Discord last night. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to open up the line. But, whew, a lot of stuff going on in the world today, man. Some of y'all done messed up, right? Some of y'all have messed up in a major way. And what I mean by that is y'all have introduced me to something, right? And I try to do my best to stay off of the ghetto side of YouTube, right? Because I know how it goes down. Anytime I'm driving down these YouTube streets, and it look like I'm about to cross MLK, I bust a U-turn. Well, I stumbled across something that I probably shouldn't have seen. And it's probably going to impact um, the future dens from this point forward. Uh, but like I say, some of y'all have introduced me to some various different YouTubers' content, and I'm going to be honest, man. I think that's been the problem. Like when I first started on YouTube, I definitely used to watch a lot of other people and just kind of get ideas and keep it fresh and just see different things. I hadn't done that in a long, long time. So like I say, some of the links that I've been getting sent, so I had to check them out and just some very interesting things, right? And like I said, I've been working on changing up a couple of things. I'm almost probably may get out next week. Um, but it was very refreshing, like I said, to really sit and watch some things. And so a few things I saw. Um, um, all I gotta say is just it's gonna be real interesting the next few weeks. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So, but yeah, like so, I kind of gotten, I won't say rejuvenated, but it's like a few ideas. And then I was working on some things yesterday, and I actually learned a few little new tricks that um, they're going to change the way I do a couple of things. So, like I say, just looking up to some new content and some refreshing things, maybe some new looks. Like I said, I want to figure out a couple of ways to make things a little bit more interactive. So definitely working on that. Um, Yeah, but if you're not a part of the Discord, man, make sure you are a part of the Discord. Let me see. Let me see. Well, like I said, welfare, right? Welfare in itself, it's not a bad thing. Okay, it's not a bad thing, but being dependent on welfare, um, trying to make a living off of welfare. When others talk about generational wealth, you're talking about generational welfare. That's a problem, right? So all I'm saying is this: if you're using it for what it's intended to for, which is basically you get that shit if you're going through some things, and you use it to assist you in getting into a better position in life, right? That's where we're at, right? So, all right, no, I appreciate you coming through. So, like, people then take these things and look at it like, well, why not continue to use this to thrive? I won't. It's a handout, depending on how it's being used, right? Again, I think you have so much time. I think we have small children that you're allowed, and then you have again, like I said, I don't know how it kind of works after that. But what you have is you have a lot of people who will have a small child. Once those benefits are up or about to be up, they go and um, appreciate the love, Miss Just Sarah. um, no, well, I'm gonna save that. And I think I started. I haven't put anything on there, but I signed up for D Live. Um,
Honcho the
see what
main
that's all
Sancho
about.
shirts on sale now. Eyes smiling face starstruck. Happy birthday Heidi. Birthday cake party popper balloon. Thinking face
Shit, I
talking
fucked some
about
shit up.
tricks. Thinking face
But
take
appreciate
your
the love,
shirt
Miss
off.
Just Sarah.
Starstruck smiling face sparkling heart. Tongue out rolling on the floor. Laughing tears of joy. Cowboy hat face
Okay,
open
for the
mouth.
thing. There
Smile
you go.
tears of joy. Welcome back Frisky.
All right, but I appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Just Sarah. I gotta put like I don't know what I forgot why I stopped doing it that one day. Like I used to be able to see when the alerts were going off, and like now I can't hear them for whatever reason. But I'm sure it's something I fucked up. I'll figure it out. But you get a situation where people get on these things and they become dependent, right? It's comfortable, right? But it's not intended for that purpose. And people get upset, oh, well, my taxes are going to this and welfare that. Your taxes are going to go wherever they're going to fucking go anyway, right? So I get it, but whatever. Because the reason I say that, and you have the right, I guess, to be upset about it, but the reason I say that is because the people who are utilizing this, even the people who are scamming it, um, without the right intentions, are basically setting themselves up for failure, right? That's what it is. Because when you become dependent on this, or you rely heavily on this thing, knowing, especially when you're able to do different shit, like you limit yourself. Like you limit yourself to this fixed income when in reality, like, you have the ability to do anything, right? You have the ability depending, again, if you're faking the funk. There's a lot of people who fake the funk. So a lot of people get on these benefits to do different things or whatever who are not, necessarily needed. And the reason why I thought about this is because the story was shared with me about a young lady. And I shared this in the Discord last night. And it just makes me think of people who I may have known or have come across similar situations, right? Maybe not exactly, but in a sense would rather, you know, get a check because, it just sounds good, I guess, that you're getting a check for whatever reason. So there's a young lady in her 20s, and she had type 1 diabetes, right? And so she was working a job that she had benefits that allowed her, to pay for her medication, to keep everything in check, right? And so she comes from a family like many of us are aware of, right? Like many of us may know. They may not be the most upstanding families. And, everybody in the family is getting a disability check, right? What the fuck? Why am I going to go to work and get this check? And it's not that they got real disabilities or anything, but I guess not that, like, they're unable to work. They choose not to. She wasn't unable to work. She was working, but she decided to get on disability and, basically lost the benefits that she had at the job that she was at. Well, now, you're getting, I think, maybe $800-900 check a month, which is not really a lot of money. But then she loses the benefits that help her pay for the medication, right? Now the medication is too expensive, can't afford it, right? So you're basically truly disabling yourself to get on disability to get a check. What is the cost of somebody's life, right? And so now, not being able to afford the medicine is getting to a point where she is now on dialysis because the health is deteriorated. All right, shout out to Miss Grace. Bring back segregation. Hey, we might have to do what we got to do. I'm gonna start segregating in the den. But no, my thing is just like to do something like that, or maybe not to think of the long-term impact or, ramifications of making that decision. And I know it's not true like welfare, like the welfare system again, but it's about that these systems, about the mentality that people take when they get into some of these programs. Again, people with the right intentions, they generally get on those programs, and then a lot of times, end up getting off of them early, or, they use the program to the fullest extent, but it's helped them get themselves into a position where, they are living a better life. So now, after whatever amount of time they're allocated, whatever benefits, they are permanently in a better position. But You got a lot of people that look at it like, fuck it, this is baby care, or I deserve this for whatever reason, you know. Well, I had a kid, the government's supposed to pay me. Like, people feel entitled to this, and so that's why they do what they do, because they know that there's going to be somebody there to catch, the dead weight. Uh, Excuse me, pardon me. But so what I'm thinking is like, if you were to get rid of these things, right? What happens to these kind of people? Do they fade away, or do they adapt? Is it a little bit of both, right? And, I kind of personally think it's a bit of both. Uh, Shout out to prepay. I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't know what I missed, but I'm gonna definitely check that out. That whole thing, man, and I haven't been talking. I haven't been talking politics. God,
I'm having a great day.
I
AOC
gotta
just
do it.
hit the Biden
I don't know what I'm
campaign
gonna
with
do.
an
I gotta
iron
do it
mic
after this. I'm gonna
flurry
talk
of
about something.
punches.
I'm gonna talk about something in the DNC. Um, So, but like I said, but when you take that welfare mentality, like you're crippling yourself, like you disable yourself, like, and again, those who are not truly in need of it, but people who look for a way to, scam the system and I'm just gonna live off this and this, or like they're willing to limit themselves, limit their true capability. Who was the woman a while back? And I think her daughter ended up killing her or something like that. I think there was a story about it. I don't know if it was a Lifetime story or not, but basically, like, made people believe her daughter had all these sicknesses and diseases. Bad and bougie. How are you? What? Are you serious? Man, that is pure comedy. Oh, I gotta watch it. So here's the deal, right? Oh my god. I mean, I gotta watch that. God damn it. So here's my thing, right? And yeah, I saw the Bill Clinton thing about him getting the massage. Like I said, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening, right? Well, like I said, but people cripple themselves with the welfare mentality, right? And so, how do you get somebody out of that? Does a person have to want better? Can you make them realize that there is better? Or is a person who has decided to accept that, I mean, are they lost? Are they a lost cause? So that's kind of the conversation I want to have about that when we open up the line. But before we do that, I saw something today. And y'all know where I saw it. Y'all know where I see everything, right? Like occasionally I see stuff on Instagram. Like occasionally I see stuff on Instagram, but everything is on Twitter. Twitter is the place, right? Twitter is where everything happens. And so my thing is like, if I gotta get my update, I gotta get my news, I gotta get, what's going on. I gotta go here, because everything happens real fast. Like, I mean, it's the Twitter, you just get it, right? So DNC, what's the guy's name again? What's his name? The guy, Billy something. What is his name? Billy Porter? Billy Porter. Ah, good old Billy Porter. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Back in the day, a nigga named Billy Porter might have been a problem. And I'm not talking about this Billy Porter. Just the name. You might have said, a nigga named Billy. I don't know. You think of something different. But now, Billy might as well be named Sally. Because I don't know what the fuck is going on. This motherfucker came out looking like a fucking fruit bat in this fucking video that they made. I don't even know who the other guy was playing the guitar. Like this fucking, like who put this shit together? Honestly, I don't know who made this fucking video, right? They used fucking Windows Movie Maker and they made this fucking video about the fucking DNC thing. And it's like, oh, buddy was singing a song. What's the fuck? fuck, I can't think of the name of it, but you know, stop. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. You know, and what's going on here? That's fucking potential spam calls. But so you know, I'm just sitting here like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Why? Why is this guy in everything, right? Why are they promoting this dude? The fairy godmother, right? The guy who said magic is gender neutral or some shit, right? You know what? I would pull it. The only reason I'm not gonna pull it up on the thing is because it's got a fucking song in it, and I don't know how they'll act to it. But I'll definitely, if it's not, I'll put it in the den if we ain't seen it. But I think I might have put it. Did I put it in the Discord? I think I might have put it in the Discord. I have to go back and look. Man, the worst. Man, it's. And the nigga can't even sing, bro. Like, that's like, stop all the night. I could understand. I could almost understand if the nigga, like, could sing. You know what I'm saying? This nigga can't sing. He's kicked off of the American Idol. He don't make it past the first round. He don't get the ticket to L.A. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's like, come on, man. No, I'm surprised that he did not get his eagle on. Of all the things, okay. I'm not saying it's like it blows my mind. This guy, like, just wears dresses. That's all he does. Like, he doesn't do anything special. Like, am I missing something? The nigga's an actor. I don't think I've watched anything he's acted in. I think just, like I say, it's just always some political shit. And why is it so hard to fucking find a straight black man to represent whatever message y'all trying to fucking put out? A lot of fucking Democrats. Like, why is it so fucking hard? Like, you got every nigga in the fucking country voting fucking for the Democrats. Like, how is it so fucking hard to find a straight black man to represent? Like, that's why I can't get. Like, is it not fucking obvious? You feel me? Like, is it not fucking obvious? If you're gonna put out this black message that you're trying to, whatever, and fucking Cardi goddamn B, right? I didn't want to get started on this, but this is what happens. Fucking Cardi B with this bullshit. I was gonna do a video on this, but I'm watching the Rockets win tonight. This fucking bitch ain't even black. Like, why are they asking her all the black stuff? Like, why are they promote this bitch out? And like, oh, why are presidential candidates? Why is anybody talking to fucking Cardi B? Why does her husband talk to her? Why does anybody talk to fucking Cardi B and record it, and the rest of the fucking population has to fucking hear it, dog? Like, Cardi B don't even like fucking black women. And y'all promoting this motherfucker out here. She's the same one that was calling black women roaches and bugs and all kind of other crazy shit, right? The dark-skinned women especially. Right? She don't identify as black or whatever. But yet, she's the representative. And then y'all put this cheesy this nigga too, back when my daughter was young, she used to call me Joey B, so Cardi B, Joe. Like, if you don't get the fuck out of here with this bullshit, dog. Like, this is, come on, man. I feel like we're living in a fucking, I don't know. It just feels like a fucking skit. Like, this can't be real, the shit that's going on a fucking daily basis. Like, the shit that you see like, this cannot be factual shit. You know what I'm saying? No, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I just don't, I can't agree with anything they got to say. Because, again, there's nothing to represent what I stand for coming out of the Democratic Party. And I would think most men believe that way, but for some reason, or most black men believe, but it's like, for some reason you can't say it, or I don't know, they're convinced on the Trump thing. I don't fucking know, man. Have y'all seen that chick in Baltimore, actually? I think it was Miss Grace. Did you post that in the on Facebook? And she's actually walking the streets of Baltimore, and man, she killed it with that. Yeah, yeah, she killed it. She killed that. Dog. I'm like, good grief. She's gonna be a problem. If that don't wake you up, the niggas just don't want to wake up, right? Like, but that's the thing, though. Honestly, niggas will start watching that shit and they'll turn it off. Like niggas would rather just ignore the facts than address it and realize a change has to be made. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the love, strong and great. um, appreciate it. Yeah, it definitely would have been a bad deal for him if he would have tried to apply or tried to have been in any kind of American idolized situation. It's just terrible. Like so, I'm trying to figure out what his talent is. Other than being a fairy godmother. So yeah, that's my thing. And it's crazy that they keep promoting these talentless people. Man, Jam Master Jay's killers got found. One of them was already in jail,
Simon Cowell would have slapped the
and
taste out
another
of
one they
Billy
picked
Porter's
up.
mouth.
Now, I'll tell y'all about a guy I've been following for some years now, honestly, on Twitter for some years, because that's how I first came across him telling this story. There's a guy named Curtis Schoon, man, and if you're not following, if you don't, if you're not paying attention to what this brother's talking about, I mean, solid, A1 brother, man. And so, like, oh, shout out to Miss Sarah. Thank you, ma'am. Why did that show up on the... Oh, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I could be doing this thing wrong. Why did it show up? I might have
All
done
I
it wrong.
can spare.
I messed up.
Everybody join the
Place fucked up.
Discord if you haven't already. Thanks for the welcome, Ms. Sarah.
Yes, appreciate the love, Mr. Badbot Man. Oh man, we have a song grand for everybody. Man, I appreciate the love. It's a lovely night tonight, man. I thank y'all. I'm all over the place. I'm looking here, there, and everywhere. Did I fuck up? Let me see what I did with this thing here. But yeah, I probably did. No, what is it? Let me see here. All right, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, shout out to Miss Just Sarah. Thank you, ma'am. All
Free
right,
all
there
the
we go. All
people
right, cool.
Camila put in jail on weed.
Man, it's just so much going on, right? Yeah, it's going to be one of those den nights. I can tell. It's going to be one of those den nights where the topic does not get talked about because there's so much other shit going on. But hey, baby, that's why I love the den. That's why I fucks with y'all. That's why it is great. Good night, Misty the Gamma. But yeah, and so I watched this Cardi Biden, and I've grown to hate Heidi because she recommended it. Also, wherever Broderick is in the world, I hate him too. I hate him. I hate everything he stands for. I hate everything he represents. But Broderick sent me two videos that ruined my life. And so I was watching these videos and I was thinking, I'm suffering through this alone. It's not fair that I'm suffering through this alone. So I was talking about how I've been watching some other things, kind of just getting some new ideas, and I've been talking about lately how I want to kind of freshen up the den. I want to bring back some flavor to the den, right? And so what I think we're gonna have start doing, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be a nightly thing, but I remember one time a while back we did kind of watch the internet.
Cardi
type
is
thing or
half
whatever was going on.
Trinidadian,
It's not
half
gonna be like
Dominican,
that, but-
and all around
So if y'all
embarrassing
got,
to
basically
women.
just say this. If y'all got videos and things that y'all find interesting and y'all want to share, and that are appropriate, we're probably gonna start busting some of them down live on stream. We got things to talk about because there's just so much shit that needs to talk about. So I'm definitely going to start implementing more video footage for the commentary. Thank you, Mr. Dan. Thank you, Mr. Sarah. Definitely gonna start it. Like I say, it's just we gotta bring the den back alive. Gotta make the den great again, right? And what I mean by that is we've been real nice, right? We all got too friendly. We all know each other too well. So, like I said, we gotta get the views up, gotta get things up so we can get back on that toxicity that we all know and love so well, right? Because today should be a Toxic Tuesday. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. Let me make sure there's nothing else I meant. I'm pretty sure there was something else that I meant to get on, and I've probably forgotten about. Excuse me. Let me see. Something crazy. And I saw somebody posted in the thing too, because Big M was talking about that last night. The brother and not brother, but the dude I think was in Portland, I believe, where it happened. Motherfucker booted the shit out of old buddy, right? With the truck. Somebody trying to run people over. He just said that shit out loud to try to make it look justify what he did. And that's the reason why I want to start. I'm gonna start doing more video stuff. I want to be able to like break things down like as they're happening, and kind of just point more stuff out, because I think it's easier to do it. Like it's when you talk about it after, or when you haven't seen it. If y'all haven't seen the video, or it's just harder to explain certain things. So you're gonna start doing that a lot more. But anyway, he boots the shit out this dude. Right, the dude looked like he was pretty chill after he ran into a pole. I don't know what happened. I don't think he hit anybody. And he was going back in his truck to try to get something. Oh, don't get your like. If you see this video, the thing that stands out to me the most about the video is that these guys have on quote unquote security jackets and all this, but these are guys that want to defund the police. They don't want, law enforcement doing it. But then these motherfuckers act just like the fucking cops, right? Put your hands where I can see them. Watch, like, don't reach, like, they act just like the fucking cops, right? So, why is that? Like, is that, I mean, were they in the academy, just happened to be in the academy, and then just happened to, go BLM and just, what, I saw the corruption in the academy. I just, no. Is it just a learned behavior? I mean, is it just no? It's just what happened. It may just be the most sensible actions taking place in certain scenarios, or maybe they realize that hey, these actions that are taking place that we try to discredit when we're on the other end actually could be potentially dangerous, or could lead to a potentially harmful situation. So, like I said, man, I'm not out here championing nobody, because I'm to the point now where I'm just here to step back and enjoy the show. I'm looking at the world, like I said, like I mentioned the prepaid thing the other day, when he's talking about the trannies, and just let it all go to hell. I'm just here to watch it. I'm just, because things are getting crazy, and honestly, instead of stressing out about any of this shit, I'm just gonna laugh. Like, there's no reason I should be mad that Cardi B and Joe Biden are talking. I'm mad that I watched it. I'm mad that I didn't even watch the whole. I watched I'm gonna be honest, maybe it was tough. Like, y'all don't understand. And I promise I'm gonna say this last thing, and then I'm gonna open up the lines, and we're gonna have a phone line. Right? I hate to hear Cardi B talk. She has the most annoying voice on the planet Earth. It bothers the shit out of me. Like, I cannot stand to hear it. It's fucking shrill. It's crap. It's terrible. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But obviously somebody likes it. But it's just, they promote this, brother. They push her to the forefront of everything, and it bugs me, man. But anyway, so like I said, I suffered through that. Pain. It was pain, excruciating pain, just hearing her talk, and just fucking nails, goofy broad, and then the Biden bill, yeah, come on, man. His daughter's a Cardi B fan. Get the fuck out of here. But, hey, man, if you buy it, they will sell it to you. Give me just a second. Let's get the line going, man. And it's just, it is. We are living in a bizarre world, everybody. I hope y'all are enjoying it. I'm loving it, like McDonald's. It's terrible. It's really, but it's funny, all right? Because honestly, just a little bit concerned, right? Like if I'm going to be 100% with you, like we got to be honest, right? I'm like a little tiny smidgen concerned. And the reason why I say I'm concerned, when things shouldn't be, they could be. This is the year 2020. This is the United States of America, right? And what I'm saying is that 2020, we have seen our fair share of the most unsuspecting things happening, unplanned actions taking place. And right now, I'm a believer that Trump should win, right? I think that's the most sensible situation. But again, like I said, we live in America. We live in a country where there are a lot of people who are very easily influenced, who are very easily manipulated, and like to hear a lot of the hogwash that they're being told without really considering how it's going to work. But anyway, let's just get to it. Like I said, we'll be on a tangent about some other shit all day long. But like I said, we live in a country where the possibility, people voted for Harambe last time, right? Like, and I'm not saying that it was enough people some people, I think they said it impacted it a little bit, but I don't think it was enough to where it just, like, Hillary didn't lose because of Harambe. But, he is dead, so that could be something, right? So, I got a little crowded here. Let's think this through here, Honcho. Put up this corner up here, next to this thing. It's real busy over here now. Let's straighten this thing out. I'll put you in this corner up here. Need a little bit of real estate. We'll keep that. We'll keep the chat right there in that corner. I guess it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. All right. I think. Oh well. Let's do it like that. All right. Okay. We got some things semi-organized. Like this, but like I say, talking about the welfare thing. But again, like I say, it was crazy. That story when I heard it, because again, I'll take this call and we'll come right back to it. Well, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, what's up, Honcho, man? This is Badbot21, man. What's up?
What's the deal, Badbot? What's on your mind this evening on the topic tonight, sir?
Well, first of all, dicks out for Harambe. And then two, man, what do you call it? Like, for example, like when it comes to like welfare and stuff like that, I've never personally been on welfare. Like, I think I can speak, a little bit more fluently on this kind of subject because, I kind of said it previously, like, I just got out of the penitentiary. I'm at a shelter, but I am working for myself. Mm-hmm. And currently, the only thing that I'm really doing for assistance is I'm on SNAP. I got my food, my food stamps. Mm-hmm. Because it helps supplement my income, so I don't have to blow all my money on food. No. And I can, I can maneuver, But I agree that the mentality, behind being like basically like if you're constantly just living off the state, man, you're those type of people are always living off the state. They never stop living off the state, and they're always broke. It's because of their mentality. And I think Mr. Broderick kind of touched on it yesterday in the Discord. I think he was him, and he said that it's like a modern form of slavery because you know that you're kept in check. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people, and I don't know how to explain it, man. Just I really I don't even like being on food stamps. Like I really regret having to do that, but I think it's for someone like me, it's intelligent to take advantage of it when I need to. But once I'm done with that, I don't think that I should just try to finesse the system and all this and that, because it just leads to a bad mentality. It's not too conducive of budgeting and everything. I don't like living off the government. I think that it's a bad way of thinking and living, because those type of people never stop living off the government.
I agree. And like you said, what you're doing, and there's nothing wrong with it. When you come into it, hey, I just got out of a situation. I'm getting everything together, and I have a plan, and that's what it's intended for. To use as a stepping stone, to use as, like you said, a supplement. But when you have people who kind of come into the game and they're just like, hey, free money, and I don't have to do anything, or this is another way I can avoid any effort into my life, then that's where it's a problem. I agree with you. They're going to be stuck forever.
Yeah, because like for example, I have a couple friends that are on unemployment right now, and they were during the 600, when it was 600 plus the unemployment stuff, like where it was badass,
Yeah.
Man, I was like, man, they got it good. They're making more money than they were fucking working 40 hours overtime. You know what I'm saying? Like they're making cake right now. Yeah. And I was like, man, what I'm saying, you doing good. But then one dude told me, he's like, man, I'm kind of like, I shit you not. He like, I think he was going to try and ask me for some money, but he thought better of it because he knew my situation. But I was like, hold a minute. Is this motherfucker on unemployment making a shit ton of money? And what I figured out was that I know I follow him on social media. This motherfucker is blowing all his money, because when you don't earn it, you're gonna fucking blow it.
Correct.
You don't respect it.
I agree.
When you put blood, sweat, and tears into that $300, you're gonna strip and scrounge that $300. That shit hurts to spend $10 of it. But if somebody hands you $300, you'll blow all that shit fucking in one night, fucking at the strip club. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
I mean, it's literally because we're creatures of pleasure, man. And I think that we really do have to be cognizant of our mentality and the way that we behave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why people don't like socialism and communism. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's why that stuff never works, because we know human nature. You can't trust people to do certain like that. On paper, it sounds good. Exactly. On paper, it does sound good. But but how does it translate in real life? And what have we seen? What patterns have we seen constantly, time and time again? People like to neglect those things because they're a bunch of fucking lazy asses. No. They are completely fine with living in squalor and just being at the bottom of the barrel for the rest of their life. Yeah. But someone like me, who's been at the bottom of the barrel for a long part of their life, who was in prison, and I'm tired of being at the bottom of the barrel. I want something better for myself. Because I'm starting to read the scripture a little bit. I'm not on some jailhouse God shit, and I ain't on that bullshit. But you're living a life of happiness doesn't come with money and all this and that. But my goal in life is to have a little bit more money, just to be stable and secure, and earn a living. You know what I mean? That's really about it. I have a purpose. Yeah. A job and stuff, and that stuff is really important. Like even Jesus. I don't know if people know this, Jesus was a carpenter. That was his hobby. You know what I mean? And I don't even know where I was going with that, but the point of being is man, just stop being lazy. If there's something wrong, there's nothing wrong with being on food stamps. There's nothing wrong with being on welfare, like you said, to a degree. But the point is, when does it stop? When do you stop it? And when does your mentality about it change?
Exactly.
You can't be living up. Yeah, you're saying?
No, I'm just saying, I definitely commend you, with that mentality, because, trust me, there's a lot of dudes that they get out, they do a little time, and they get right back to the same thing, that got him in there.
Oh
Shit,
yeah.
I know you was in there with him, so you heard him. You know, motherfuckers about to get to the wall and they ready shit to get back to doing the same shit that got him in. It's like it just makes no sense. So I just commend you for
Yeah.
having that mentality,
Mm-hmm.
man. Because like I said, I know how easy it can be to, to turn right back
Fall
around
right back
and be doing
into
the
it.
same. Exactly. So man, shout out to you
Yeah,
on
because
that.
I mean, yeah, trust me. Yeah, because I don't want to be a statistic, man. I ain't trying to be. I'm not trying to be a recidivist, man. I'm not trying to go right back. I'm not trying to be one of those people that gets out after a year and then comes right back in after 4 months. That's fuck that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the best way to go about it was doing what I was doing a couple of years ago when when I was supporting the stream a long time ago before I got into the life of crime and shit. I was working at the Cheesecake Factory at the Galleria, and and I was making, and I lie, I was living with a roommate. I was literally living in a living room for $350, cockroaches everywhere, fucking off the books. Wasn't even like literally the fucking the leasing agents would have came in there, they would have kicked me out. You know what I'm saying? It was so off the books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what I wasn't doing at that time? I wasn't getting any type of welfare, food stamps, or anything, even though I would have been eligible for it.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to pull myself up by the bootstraps, and guess what? Slowly over time, I started seeing my money come up, only because I was busting my fucking ass. You know what I mean? And I think I think people, people forgot how important hard work is, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you can still I'm pulling myself up by the bootstraps right now when there's a lack of job. I'm a convicted felon on top of that. I mean, guys, it can be done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really can. Just if you can hear it from somebody that's, kind of honestly at the bottom of the barrel right now. I'm not saying that to slight myself, but I'm in a sense in dire straits, but I'm good though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know I'm gonna be fine because I know myself. And I'm not gonna be on welfare for the rest of my fucking life. Fuck that shit. God forbid I get a disability. And I feel bad for those people that can't work. You know what I mean? I do feel for those people, because those people, I think that the ones that are on it for the rest of their lives, sadly, they do need it. You know what I mean? Like the ones that can't work, that's fine. But like me, I'm pulling myself with the bootstraps. I am taking government assistance. Like, I even got a gold card. But I guarantee you, once that shit's over with, I'm gonna be going to fuck the gold card, because they tell you where to go to, what doctors you can go to, what prescriptions. I want to go to my goddamn physician.
Yeah.
I want to choose a physician I want to go to, because I do have one that I want to go to. I just can't afford him. That shit does matter to me. Some people it doesn't matter. But you know what? That's my quality of life that I'm trying to pursue. You know what I mean? Yeah. All prison did to me was to make me more determined than I ever fucking was before.
And that's what's happening, man. Like I say, the fact that it sounds like you got a plan, and I know it doesn't happen overnight, and the mentality sounds like right. You know what I'm saying? Because some people get out, oh, it's not, this ain't going on, and this ain't going on, and this is terrible, and sometimes it just take a little bit, and then once that shit gets rolled a little bit, it'll happen faster than you know, man. So I'm rooting for you, bro. So
yeah, man, I really, yeah, man, I really appreciate that, man. Yeah, man, just okay. And then anybody who hasn't joined the Discord, join the Discord, man. It is a live ass conversation. You'll have a good time. I had so much fucking fun last night. Miss Rashida, go fuck yourself. She talked so much shit. I'm just playing. I love you. We called and then Miss Sarah, thank you so much. And yeah, man, thank you so much for taking my call, Mr. Honcho.
All right, bad boy, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. You have a good evening. I look forward to talking to you in the Discord tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Heidi, go to hell. You said a lot of stuff in here, right? Said a whole lot of things, but you went too goddamn far with that last statement. But yes, if you are not in the Discord, you're definitely missing out. And no, it's not like the Soft Sports Discord. Everybody come to Discord, participate, hang out, chat it up with all the rest of the den folks, and what did I say? Pull up a chair and do all that fun stuff. And if you're lucky, you may catch something special. Very strange things happen in the Discord. Sometimes you just got to be there. Either you catch a very interesting conversation, or you may see a very interesting live stream going on in the Discord. You just got to be there. You may hear some beautiful music. A lot of things happening there. It is like, so I'm going to be honest. See, the Discord is becoming my original dream for the den, For those of you who were here when the den was the Kush Den, I used to talk about a specific show that I loved so much, right? It's true, John. You'll definitely like, because I tap out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I tap out often. And every time I tap, it's always like a conversation going full speed ahead. I'm just like, I gotta miss this one, and then I come back the next day and people, you see comments and chats and stuff. People up there 4 or 5 in the morning. Somebody go, man, we ain't get out of here till about 4 in the morning. I got damn. What the hell y'all talking about? I got here at 1. Yeah, it's crazy stuff happening. Um, yeah, it'll have you in that bitch late, like, because then you kind of like, you don't want to miss the conversation. It's like it's real good. It's like, but damn, I got the life and things I got to do in reality. But it's real cool though. No, I definitely fuck with it. And again, even if you're a person who's just kind of a lurker, I know there's lurkers out there. I got love for the lurkers too. If you're just chilling, like I said, because everything you do is not for like everybody. Some people just like to listen. Some people like to call in. Some people like to just chat. Some people don't like to do anything. But again, even if you're just lurking, everybody's welcome in the Discord. Like I say, you jump in the voice chat, and again, because like you guys are the show, right? Like y'all know that, right? And so I think it's super cool, like when people like interact with each other, right? And just some of the conversations when it starts out as people maybe in the chat, and then it turns into you actually hear their voices, and then you see people go from arguing as text messages in a chat and becoming two fucking voices and arguing with each other. That's generally how it happens. It's an interesting thing, man. And just like I say, just really get to know some of y'all and chop it up with y'all, man. I really do enjoy that. So shout out to all of y'all. It's a cool deal. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely I do. What they call that, the old Irish exit? Is that what it's called? We leave out and don't say nothing to nobody. Because half the time, like I'll be in there, then I'm like, I'm paused, like, but I know I'm getting a little tired. Like I'm just gonna listen for a little bit. I don't wanna get caught up like Broderick, slipping and snoring on the fucking Discord shit. So I'll mute my shit, right, and then by the time if I'm fucking around or whatever's going on, and I do realize I end up tapping out, and then I kind of pop back up or something, and I'll be like, oh shit, Discord's still going. Like, all right, let me just exit out, and I just dip. So, yeah. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side. I'll get caught up on what the conversation may have been. But yeah, man, like I said, just wild stuff going on. Who was it? I think a chick snuck in the NBA bubble, or they snuck her in the NBA bubble, and she hit the lucky number 7. What? Apparently, there's a chick out there bragging that she sucked up 7 basketball players from the same team in the bubble. Somebody's got corona. I don't know who, but somebody. So at this point, like, when I was thinking about it, I was just like, really? Like, has it got to the point that motherfucker? But I'm just like, yeah, nobody cares. Like, you got real live. It's WAP season, right? You got real live hoes out there on promotion. This is what WAP music gets you. And again, you're saying, Honcho, this has been going on before that song was ever made. Yeah, it was. But for the most part, like, hoes didn't brag about it like that. They did, but they didn't. Like, most of the time, they didn't brag till they secured the bag, right? Like, got the baby daddy or some shit. But this bitch, you went in there, you sucked up 7 niggas called Corona, probably, deep off in your throat, and then you left. Like, you didn't get any points. Or like, but I guess she figured, like, fuck it, right? If I run through the whole, at least, the starters and rotation, then somebody got to plug me on the Instagram, right? I guess she figured, play the odds at somebody. Cause y'all know niggas is lame, right? I'm gonna tell you why niggas is lame. men, because this is a wax thing that dudes will do, right? Like niggas like running up after other niggas' old hoes, which is a weird thing to me, right? But so like if she gets some promo, niggas will be jacking that bitch and probably try to, whatever. The bubble is basically in Orlando for the NBA where they call it the bubble, but they basically can't leave. So it's just keeping them in one area for the rest of the postseason, so that they don't come back and forth, contract any diseases or anything like that. And try to keep everybody safe and healthy. So they call it the bubble, I guess, to keep them protected. But only certain people are supposed to be able to have access to it. And yeah, there's that. Sloppy sevenths. That would be the wildest. So, like I say, it's just it's a crazy situation out there in these streets. We got a call coming in. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do you have calling in to the den this evening?
The one and only. Hello.
The one and only what?
Oh, wow. Don't act like you don't know who the hell this is. I'm the only person that has, like, a whole bunch of backbones going on.
I wouldn't say that. But
Fucking Lady Lizzie.
hello, Lady Lizzie. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. So I still want to know why I don't have this block next to my name. You know what I'm saying? Like the regular OG.
The block next to your name. I don't know, it's the membership thing. Did you pay the membership thingy for it?
What paid membership?
That's what the block is. When you become a member of the channel, you get the little block and the custom emojis.
Is that so?
Yes.
Might have to check that out then. So I'll try to be jealous.
So you called to charge me up about the block.
I did because I think that's some bullshit. Because you always leaving me out. I don't get a T-shirt. I don't get a block. What else I can't have? I don't get the hair flip. What else?
See, this is white privilege at work right here.
Whatever. I think this is racism at work.
Yeah, you're the racist.
No, you are.
You are a you're a known white supremacist. Actually, yes, it was confirmed that you are a white supremacist.
Wow.
I am now supporting black-owned business.
Confirmed. You confirmed it yourself.
No, I did not. Never. How are you doing today?
Appreciate it, culture. I'm doing well, Miss Lady Licious. What's on your mind? How do you feel about tonight's topic, Miss Lady Licious?
I mean, it's cool, but what are you talking about? Like welfare? I mean, that's straight for the people that really need it. But then you got people that's on welfare that don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Especially this unemployment shit right now, too.
So people who are unemployed don't deserve unemployment?
Hell no, because most of them just getting the paycheck because they know that they getting paid more unemployment than having a real fucking job.
But if the government's giving them the money, should they not accept it?
85%.
But if the government's giving them the money, should they not accept it?
No, because that's still taking advantage of. That makes you no better than people that really need welfare that can't even get on welfare, you know, because of whatever situation, you know. I mean, taking advantage of is taking advantage of.
But what if you're already on, you know, what if you were working, you know, you're unemployed, you've done everything the right way, you just got a little extra money. Is it their fault that you're making more money on unemployment than you are not working? Or than you would be working?
Hell no, it ain't fair. How is that fair? People that sit here and work their asses off and risk their lives to this.
Okay, hold on.
coronavirus.
So we're gonna talk about what you just said right here. You just said the people that risk
I
their
risked
lives.
my life. Yeah.
Let's talk about how you risk your life, Miss Lady Licious. Would you?
Listen, that's why they say that. No, hold on, because that's why they say that not only am I an essential worker, but I am a critical essential worker. You know what I'm talking about? And they say
Critical,
this for a reason.
essential worker.
Yep. Essential. Okay,
Uh,
well, go ahead. How you figure I ain't risking my life?
I don't know. I mean, I'm asking you to explain how you do. You said you're the one that made the statement. I'm not familiar with what risks that you may encounter on a daily basis. What hazards do before going out on a delivery? Do you guys have to fill out a JSA,
What's that?
a job safety analysis sheet?
I mean, not every time that we go out on a delivery, but we did have to do, like, you know what I'm saying, training on how to do contactless delivery and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But still, with that being said, you still have people that, come into the stores and sometimes they not even wearing a mask, you know what I'm saying?
How do
They
you help?
still within 6 feet, so every time you get in communication or you go into the store, it's always a risk. And it may not even be for your health, like some people be like, I ain't worried about myself, I'm young, I'm healthy, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? But you still, you still be around family members and stuff like that that might be at a high risk.
Well, you just need to kick them
So,
out, right?
yeah.
I mean, if your family members are high risk, you should just kick them out, right?
Nah, hell no. Kick who out?
The at risk people. So that way you don't get at risk, right?
Nah.
Why not? Why risk yourself?
Because then it would actually be the other way around, and then I should be the one that's kicked out. I'm the one that's out there all the time.
But you're not at risk, so you're like safe. So why go
I don't
do
know
it?
that. I might be. I might be one of them motherfuckers that when I get it, I might die from the shit. Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know
don't
what
like
my
the way
body
that's.
can do and what it don't do.
I don't know. Don't be saying that shit. That shit can pass digitally. You heard about that shit?
Digitally.
Yeah, Corona can pass digitally.
You gave me the corona?
Yeah, you get the
How the
Corona.
hell is it going to pass digitally?
Man, I don't know. That's what they said. The CDC came out and said Corona can be passed digitally. It's the first digital virus, first digital pandemic.
Get the fuck out of here, Honcho. Are you serious right now? Are you really like stating this because this is what you heard? Or you just playing?
Do you not watch the news?
Nope.
Well, I suggest that you should. It could save your life. Like, what are y'all doing out there in North Carolina?
If it would be digitally, then it would be more of them fucking, the towers that people were talking about and all this and that kind of stuff. If it's digitally, then it's not even a virus or, you know what I'm saying, like virus like that thing.
But what I'm saying is, how do you think everybody's
And it is
getting
the
it?
tower.
How do you think that these numbers are so inflated? Like, why do you think that
What do you
they're
mean? Because
expanding like
people are
that?
still working. You still have people working. You still have people touching stuff, regardless of what, you know what I'm saying?
But you have people.
You're still spreading it.
But what I'm saying is, though, you have people who have gone to go get tested, not even completed it, gone back home and received notice that they are infected. And it's because they got it digitally.
Hell no, they ain't getting no damn digital leash. They just don't want to tell that they was out there having sex and stuff like that and was still, getting that shit.
Oh my goodness! I'm trying to tell you that this is the first digital virus. Well, not like a computer virus or the first digital virus, but like first human virus that can be transmitted digitally.
So what are you saying? So me and you talking right now with my mask on and without your mask on, somehow I'm gonna contract this if you had it.
No, vice versa. If you have it, I would contract because I don't have coronavirus. As a matter of fact, now that we're mentioning it, that's why I actually do keep a mask. This was actually just get rid of this one.
Fuck out of here, yeah.
Just keep one kind of right here because I knew, somebody would call and start with that coughing shit. And so,
Who was coughing? I haven't even coughed now.
you coughed. I heard you cough. So
I did not.
it look like I got the wrong. Look, this shit look like germs. Shit's all disappearing. So, I mean,
You said that.
when did you get tested? Have you been tested for the Rona?
No, I haven't.
So
if I do, then I'll be out of work.
So, but what I'm saying is, because you got it, so you don't even want to get tested because you got it. You trying to give it to me digitally? What the hell?
I don't ask.
See,
what the fuck? How you figure I got it? What kind of
why are you afraid to get tested?
Motherfucker, and how would you even get it digitally? If I blow, you gonna feel it through the phone?
Maybe.
You feel that?
Okay, but what I'm saying is, okay, but I can hear your voice through the phone. So how's that? How are you somewhere states away? How are you states and states away, but I can hear you? How can I not get the virus?
You tripping? If you believe that shit, you tripping. Then it's the towers, and it's not even a virus, and it's not even the coronavirus at all. Then it would just be, you know what I'm saying, the towers and they digital and all that shit.
You see, what you gotta understand is like, if everything else on this earth has evolved and adapted and adjusted with the times, so you're telling me that
we ain't adapted that much because you can't kiss somebody over the phone.
What you talking about? Soulja Boy made a whole song about that shit. What are you talking about? Like where are you at? Do you need are you in the 90s?
A motherfucker gets such their teeth and you like, oh, I just got kissed. How you know?
Man, we in 2020. You know what I'm saying? We in 2020 and you talking about this. Like, these are things that's been happening. Like, where are you at? What are y'all doing out there? Are y'all cut off from the rest of
you cannot officially kiss somebody over the phone.
They made a song about it, so how you can't do it?
Because you can't. Because like I said, I just sucked my teeth and I could have been giving you a kiss. You never know.
I know everything. It's terrible.
So you can tell the difference?
Yeah.
So you can tell the difference between... And...
Yeah. Yes. There is an audible difference.
Okay, which one was the kiss then? The first one or the second one?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Yeah, let me listen again. Let me see.
All right.
See, it's hard. It's hard to tell with white people because white people don't got no lips.
Because you don't know. So how the fuck? That's what I'm talking about. You don't know.
Oh my goodness. But I'm just serious though. But you can't get the virus digitally. So
No, you can't. I know. Right.
Okay.
Oh, did you just kiss me? I'm telling.
Right, I look like a left off character off the new Mortal Kombat. Like this is terrible. This is a terrible discussion because I'm trying to offer you, life advice to save you because we love you here in the den. We don't want stuff to happen to you, but you over here trying to spread that digital Rona. Like you in Cali, you don't want to suffer no consequences for your actions.
Crazy. There's no such thing as a digital.
Why would I make something like that up?
Virus. Because you are that type that does that type stuff.
This is crazy. That's not something that you would find on my resume.
If y'all ever hear anybody, if you ever hear Honcho saying that he wants to send you a shirt, this is that type stuff that I'm talking about. Oh, hello?
Mm-hmm. See, that's why you got the digital Rona shit.
Whatever, y'all.
Yeah, let me stop giving folks ideas.
How much longer you got left on the show?
Huh? I don't know.
Since you promoting the Discord and stuff.
We do 2 hour show. What time? Oh shit! We got live at 9, so we got about 45 minutes left.
Oh damn! All right, well let me get off of here. I was just talking to harass you because I still want my block because I think you're lying to me about that too. So I just want my block.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking you to wash your hands after we get off this call because I don't know.
I ain't doing shit for you until you put my block up.
You over there handshaking customers and shit. giving contacted pizzas. You ain't even doing a contactless shit. You walking in people's house, dapping them up, sitting on the couch and shit. You know what I'm saying? Eating,
Right.
sharing hot wings with them. Took a slice with you to go and all that shit.
Oh, wow. You want to play? By herself.
Good evening, Miss Lady Licious.
Y'all have a good night, Leah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Get this mask off. I had to protect myself. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Bougie.
Ah, Girl 6, how you doing this evening, ma'am?
I am doing well.
Good,
After
good.
you had me busting up laughing with that damn mask on.
I
I
mean,
ain't gonna lie.
There's nothing funny about safety.
You're ridiculous.
No, I'm serious. I mean, hey, when it comes to protecting my life, safety first, then teamwork. So what's on your mind, Miss Badenbush? How do you feel about tonight's topic?
I am very interested in tonight's topic. So I feel like I was listening to the young man, and I think that that's exactly what those services are there for, right? It's for people that are going through a time, and I don't think there's anything wrong with getting the services if you need them, because how can you, go look for a job if you're hungry? How can you, even down to the Section 8 and stuff, I think that's great for, young girls or guys, trying to get on their feet and stuff. Where I have a problem is when, for example, I have a cousin who there has been 4 generations in the project, okay? So we're like second cousins. So my mom and her mom were cousins, right? The mom was in the project. The daughter was in the project. Just moved to a couple of houses down or apartments down. Then the daughter was in the project, and now she's raising her kids. That's 4 generations. That's the problem that I have with it, that people, I don't know why, comfortable on it, and it just becomes a way of life, and they don't hope for nothing bigger, or they lose sight of, just, what I feel like normal people that have to work for something. Like, you're always striving for something, right? You're always, I want to raise. It doesn't matter if it's only 10 cents an hour. You're always striving for that next raise, or to just get a better job, or to do something. But I think when you put a woman in Section 8, her rent's only $30, and then you give her, I don't know what it is, depending on the state, $600 or $800, and she becomes accustomed to living like that, and it's very, very sad. It's very, very sad, and it's actually hurt the relationship that I have with, those cousins. Like, we really don't talk too much because we really don't have anything in common. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just, I don't even know how to explain it, and so that's my issue with the whole, the welfare thing. Now, in California, they made it where, you can't add on any new kids if you have more kids, and you can't, you can only be on it for a certain amount of time before you have to take a training program or go to school or something, which I think is good.
Yeah.
But I've seen the outcome here in the Corona time, and some of these women have already used their full 2 years, and so now when they really need it, they can't even go back and get on welfare because they've already used the 2 years. So it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. People got to understand it. You never know what could really happen. But I think it's actually pretty good. I think that's how all of them should be. Like, you should have to be showing some pursuit of progress. Like, you shouldn't be able to get on these programs and again, like say, use them permanently. You should be showing, again, like trying to go to school. I mean, that you are working, that like something, because you do have a lot of people who just sit there and kind of game that shit and don't care. Like you said, it is what it is. Roof over my head. I don't give a shit.
And then like the family members that, like I said, have been in these same projects, for generations. I remember the one girl that was my age, and I think I shared with you guys, I was a teen mom as well. But anyway, we ended up being pregnant at the same time, and we were kind of talking about, okay, what's our plan or whatever. And it was like her dream. She was like, well, I'm just going to get an apartment just like my mom did and raise my kids here. And I just looked at her, and it was just, I was taken aback. Like, I like, that's your plan? I mean, that's something to fall back on, but that shouldn't be a plan. Like, I just, and they always, it's crazy enough, always kind of look down on me like, oh, well, she's always, she's bougie, or she's this or she's that, because I did have goals. Like, like, it was funny because, like I said, I was a teen mom, and I remember people were like, go, because at the time my husband was like in his last year of college football, and we knew he was, going to go to the NFL. So we were kind of just trying to just stretch it out as long as we could, you know what I'm saying, until, the end of the season or whatever. So we were just trying to do it on our own. I wasn't really trying to get on welfare or anything like that. I had a little job. But I needed Medi-Cal, I needed for the medical expenses, right? So I went and applied, and I was working at a bank at the time after school. So I would work from 4 to 10, something like that. And so I had no time to go down to the county office and sit for hours. And I remember telling the lady, and I was damn near crying on the phone, and I was like, but I have a newborn baby, and I can't, come in at this time. I have school, I have to work. And you know what she told me? Then you need to make a decision. Do you want your job, or do you want Medi-Cal? I was like, what? Like, they were so unfeeling of, a young girl trying to make it happen. And I remember I just started crying, and I said, I want my job. And I just hung up on her, and I never called back. And, I called my grandfather, who said, baby, don't worry about it. I got you. But it was just the point of, you don't pay for that baby's insurance, so it wasn't, but it was just the point that, what if I didn't have that backup? Like, you were going to make this young girl who's trying to work, trying to go to school, trying to, you know what I'm saying, make ends meet. You were going to make me choose going to get Medi-Cal, which would have originally had to turn into welfare, because I wouldn't have had a job.
All right. I mean, and but that's the thing, and I find it unfortunate because of what you just said. And it makes me look at it a little bit differently, because I've looked at some of these people and say, that have given up jobs, or a story that Big Emmett shared. I don't know, if anybody had heard it. If you're in a Discord, maybe he'll share it again. I don't want to tell the story for him, but both of them basically involving people who don't want to, either do better for themselves or get themselves in a better position because they don't want to lose government benefits, or whatever it may be.
Right.
And like you said, you're just like, no, I can't. I want to keep my job, because there's a level of pride in earning for yourself.
Right.
There's a level of pride in, like I say, growing, knowing that where you came from, and what it took for you to get there. You can appreciate those things, and some people just don't have it, don't want it, and I feel bad for them, because it's almost like they're dead inside. And even people like that, if you notice, the things that entertain them, their behaviors, there's some common denominators across the board. But shout out to you, because again, like I say, most people may have taken that other choice. Most people may have said, "Fuck it, it's the easy way out. I'll take it." So, I mean, I commend you on that, Miss Bougie.
On another note, I think that another problem with the welfare system is that um, they don't encourage families to stay together. So a lot of times, the men, say if you do, have a little, if you do have a little boyfriend or baby daddy living with you or husband or whatever, then your benefits can get cut because you know you you have more income now. You know what I'm saying? So if you do have a young couple that's trying to make it together, sometimes, and I've heard things have changed now since I worked as a social worker way back when. But I know that it used to be like, oh, does your boyfriend live here? Okay, so we got to cut your. You know what I'm saying? That's how it used to be. So that's kind of a sad thing too with this whole government benefit thing. Sometimes it often penalizes young couples that want to be together, like even for like applying for the housing and stuff like that. It used to be really bad to where they would do home checks. I don't know if they still do that or not, but they would do home checks, and if you found male clothes there, then she got to get questioned about why a male is there. So it just discourages, them from trying to work it out together. It's like, okay, well, you still got to live with your mama. I'm gonna be over here with the kids, but you spend the night. It doesn't encourage them to just live together as a family, and I think that's really sad too.
That's wild. I mean, I wonder how much of that has led to that. Because we talk about the music and then some other things with the whole quote unquote independent woman mentality, and I'm not saying that. Because I think women take independent women and men look at it, different perspectives. But what I mean by that is the don't need a man in the home type of mentality. When I say independent woman, I'm not knocking, any progress that women have made, in society. I support that wholeheartedly. But I do believe that, families, a man, a woman, and children is what I believe a family is, and if you believe otherwise, everybody's free to their own opinion. But, like you just kind of said, with the men's clothes being there, those things like that, like I'm wondering how much of that instill that fear throughout generations of women who have lived off these things in these environments to hate men maybe or whatever, because hey, these men come in, they take away my benefits. These men come in, it fucks up my lifestyle or whatever goes on with it. So I'm wondering how much of that contributes to it. Now that you've mentioned that.
I never thought about that. But that's a good point. Like that is or not even hate. Just think that he's gonna kind of hold me back. You know what I'm saying? Because I won't be able to do whatever it is she's getting. So it's difficult. I just pray that people can just use it as a stepping stone. But too often I see it's abused. I was watching. I do a lot of people watching on YouTube and watch from the bushes in a lot of communities, and it basically was like a whole community of people that are on like Social Security disability, and they lay on their ass all damn day, and they look up people on YouTube, find their backgrounds, and I'm gonna expose you and this and that, but they all on Social Security for some reason. I got anxiety. My leg hurt. Just well able-bodied, able-minded men and women that need to get their ass up and get a damn job. Okay, because if you can look up people like that, maybe you need to go get a job as a skip tracer. Collectors, they need people to go look for people. You know what I'm saying? There's things you could be doing besides laying on your ass, having me, the taxpayer, pay for your little $800 a month Social Security so you could lay on your ass on YouTube all damn day. And they literally go from panel to panel like, okay, who's next? And, I'm sitting at my desk slaving. You know what I'm saying? Well, as much as you slay, as much as I can slay. But, I'm just really working hard. And you see these able-bodied men and women that could be out there, doing something that just, they beat the system. Like this one lady on there, she got 2 kids, and she got them both she was like bragging how she got them both on Social Security disability because they had asthma. But then she's sitting there saying that her son is going to get a scholarship to college for basketball. No, he's not, because once you put your kids on Social Security disability, they can't qualify for a college scholarship. So you done ruin your whole kid's life so you can lay on your ass all day. Those women, like, disgust me. Like, they really do.
That's fucking crazy shit. Like, that's, I've heard of people putting, credit in their kids' name and fucking kids' credit up and shit. But damn, I mean, you don't fuck their whole scholarship opportunity out the way. That's wild too. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know you couldn't get a scholarship if you were on disability. You learn something new every day. And so, where do you come across these panels now? You still there? Oh, of course, if anybody knows, Ronald Isley knows. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure if Miss Bad Boo's still there. I'll set this here like that for y'all. Yeah, she definitely. Yeah, she ghosted me. I've been ghosted live. It happens to the best of us, fellas. All right, Miss Bad Boo, I'm not sure what's going on, but oh, now I can. Okay, I can now. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I was just about to hang up on you. I was like, well, I don't know what happened. I was like, okay. Damn, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah. And that's learning something new every day. So that's kind of the last thing I'd heard right before that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're disabled, how would they be able to give you a college scholarship? The only reason I knew is when my son got ready to go to college, they had a teammate that they had played with since Pop Warner. He had took his SATs and everything, and then somehow, some way, when they do the background check, they found out he was on disability, and they said, and he had been his whole life, and they said no, and there was nothing wrong with him. He had been playing sports his whole life. His mom wanted to get the disability check, which in California is $1,000 a month, as opposed to the welfare check is like $500 a month. So his mother decided it would be better for her to lay on her ass and get the $1,000 a month his whole life than to get up and go get a job, And so yeah, it affected her son.
Wow.
He never, got to go to school and play.
Wow.
Not on scholarship.
Yeah.
He ended up going to a JC and I think walking on or something. Just dropping out and getting a job, but.
Me and my mom would have had to have some beef. My bad. I apologize. I had Romaned you when the sound had went out, and so the folks didn't hear the story you just shared with me. Would you mind repeating that for them?
About the women with Social Security putting their kids?
Yes, and the young man who had found out a little too late.
Oh yeah, no, I was just saying that someone that I knew that played ball all through Pop Warner in high school and stuff with my son, he got ready to, try to get a college scholarship. He took his SATs, his ACTs, all that. And when the school pulled, his records, they found out that he was on, disability and had been his whole life. And he wasn't able to get a scholarship because he's disabled. He is, under the eyes of the law, he is legally disabled and has been his whole life. So because she decided to lay on her ass because the disability check was like $1,000 a month and welfare out in California at the time was only like $500 a month. So she thought it'd be better, hey, I'm working the system, I'm laying on my ass getting $1,000 a month instead of getting a job. So her son wasn't able to, take advantage of a scholarship.
Well, that's crazy. I mean, and even though I know it's a small percentage, everybody doesn't make it to the league, but the fact that you kind of burnt that man's opportunity, Man, I mean, that could be soul killing. That could be crushing right there.
Well, but the thing is that when you have these kids and you're deciding as a person that you want to live up on benefits all your life, you don't know what that child's future holds. You know what I'm saying? So that's a very selfish move as a parent when you don't know what this child may do in the future, for you to decide just because you don't want to get a job, I'm going to work the system. And I just heard this lady on YouTube bragging about it. She has both her kids on Social Security, and she was like, hell yeah, I got it. I don't know how to do my ghetto voice good, but she was like, hell yeah, I took advantage of it. Why not? I get to be home with my kids, and you know, and I'm just like, you don't know what that boy's future is, but you're sitting there talking about you're taking him to camp because he's going to get a scholarship and go to college. No, he's not, because you are trying to take advantage of the system.
That that ghetto voice.
Was that good?
We gonna keep practicing. You know, we gonna keep practicing. I mean, you got a solid foundation. It's just gonna need a little tweaking. We gonna drop you off in the hood, you know, maybe for about 30, 45 more minutes, and I think you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right then.
Look, I then hot. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you.
No, don't do that, man. That's that southern ratchetness. That's that accent. But no, but that's crazy. But yeah, that's wild. I appreciate you sharing that with me, because, like I said, I had no idea about the disability thing. I mean, I probably would have never found out, but that's just crazy. You know, that's to know that that's a thing that people do.
And I hope that they will improve on helping couples stay together, because we need our, you know, families to stay together, even though they are going through a hard time and they do need these services. And I just don't think it's fair that in order to fully take advantage of the services, the man can't be in the house. That's not cool.
Yeah, I would love to want to believe that they would, but you know, the way things are trending and the narratives and messages that are getting pushed out there, being a man, being a part of the family anytime soon, I don't know how many people are going to be encouraging that. So it's we'll see.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go so you can get some other people on.
Okay. Well, Miss Bad Blue.
Don't put that mask back on, and I hope I didn't get the Rona from you.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't pass no digital Rona, we good, you know. I'm going to have to go get tested after this. I'm going to get I'm going to get the app on my phone and just take the app test for the digital Rona.
You got to take the people temperatures when they come on the call.
Yeah,
you got to have an app.
Start scanning the mic and
Bye,
shit.
y'all.
All right, Miss Bougie. Oh man, digital Rona, that's going to become a thing. That's what I'm going to say next. We'll see, everybody's getting it because it's digital. That's why all those tests were faulty. They really weren't faulty. They were digitally impacted by the Rona. But man, no, I apologize. Forgive me. I've been yawning like crazy and shit. Yeah. I'm trying to think. But what you said about that with the family, that's an interesting thing too, right? Because I don't know how it works as much for men. It doesn't seem like you see as many men on it. You know, it seems like women are favored in certain situations. But Ms. Van Bougie mentioned a bunch of things, man, that are wild, real wild. And what I mean by that is like the mentality, especially the young moms. You know, what are you going to do? Well, and this is why I say, when I said earlier in the call, that the people who are the people who are living off of these systems, they're limiting themselves. Not only are they limiting themselves, they're limiting their family, and again, their children. Especially if you grow up in that system, and that's all you do. You don't try to improve. You don't try to grow. You don't try to, do anything significant. Well, they figure out this is just what it is. This is how it goes. But the messed up part about it is not only do they figure out this is how it goes, a lot of these areas in which these programs place you or whatever it may be aren't always the best. And so then what's the next thing that happens? Well, it's the white man holding us down, or depending on, again, it's not only black people on will further these programs, but I'm just saying, from what I've seen. And you're stuck in these locations, you're stuck in these places, and it's, I'm being, so-and-so invisible thumb is holding me down. I can't win, the system's got me down, et cetera, et cetera. But it's not that. It's the people who, brought you in this world lacking ambition. So, that's kind of where it's at. Yeah, and that's the crazy thing. Yeah, about the girl that thinks, shout out to Man Cave. Yeah, that's wild. That's the wild thing. Let me say Rashida. Rashida ain't no Rashida. When I say Rashida, we got beef. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually like, I'm actually like in a 50-50 spot here, because I need to take a little Honcho hiatus, but I'm just trying to hold out for the rest of the stream, right? So, but yeah, man, like I said, a lot of off the wall stuff going on. But then she mentioned about, like I said, with the families, that's a crazy thing. That's a fucking crazy thing that the man check happens, right? Male clothes. Why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want that structure being there? Because then I would think that maybe you would think that would help encourage to get off the program sooner. But maybe not, right? What's the motherfucking deal? What was what I missed? DeWanda. So like I said, it's just I forgot about the bot. But it's like I said, it creates a situation, man, and again, stunted mentally. Stunted not only financially but mentally, and so it's a situation where you lose. You're thinking with it. All right, I'm finna. All right, this is what I'm gonna do because I'm on crazy Yanni mode. You may drag up a few minutes early here, right? Because I'm trying not to yawn y'all to death, and I do need to take a Honcho hiatus, so we may just two for it. But I still will get in the Discord after this. You know what I'm saying? So, but here's my thing, right? It's like, we got to get away from that mentality. I don't know how you change it, because people are shit, you know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, I can sit here and say, when in the same way I say with women, oh, well, if you up your standards, men won't do this, right? There's going to be some women who just need to get them something. They're not going to give a fuck how they get it, right? They'll do whatever. Same thing with men. If I said, men, fellas, well, we need to up our standards, don't fuck with chicks who carry themselves this way and that way. It sounds really good. There's always one of us. I might be that one. I mean, I could be the one. I'm not going to act like I'm better than anybody. But, to say, hey, man, don't mess with that. We got to do better, right? But it's always going to be, it's going to be more than enough to fulfill the needs that are willing to break ranks. So, I mean, we're just in a situation where I don't know how you fix it. I think you just do your best not to become one. I'll get caught up in that mentality. And so this is why I say I'm yawning and all these. Well, you gotta play the pistachio games, bad and bougie. That's how you get them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just like, you gotta fight for them. That's how you get them. And yeah, well, now that Roger's here, we're all leaving. Let's just get out of here. But yeah, like I said, for the cha-cha out. But we'll be in the Discord. So make sure you're there. And really? Tomorrow? It's very interesting. It's a very interesting date. August, like I said, this is real weird. August is real weird for me. But, all right, let me see what we got. It's this Damn, bro. You talking about you ain't got nothing, bro? Try to come in and steal something from me. Here, I got you. I ain't never gave you, man. Well, what kind of deal is this? We'll see. We'll see what's up. We'll see if you slide through tomorrow. I may be able to accommodate you. But let me slide up. I gotta take a hunch. I'm tired of yawning in y'all's faces. I know y'all don't want to see me yawning in y'all's face anymore. So catch me in the Discord. I appreciate y'all coming through. Down there, Ed Honcho HTX, Instagram, Twitter, Den Show Live. All the other links you need, description below. Check it produce. You'll be in the Discord. Okay, good deal. We'll be able to continue some conversation. Until then, I'll see y'all then. Y'all got to go home. But, yes, y'all got to get out of here. All right, all that stuff. All right. Early, yes, it's like 15 minutes early, Sweet Berry. Yeah, we got it. Like usually when it's supposed to be on for 15 minutes. You know I love y'all. Sweet Berry, see, Sweet Berry a bully, right? Because she's gonna attack me for dragging up a little bit early. Then she's gonna hit me in the back of the head, steal my sack of pistachios. She's gonna shoot somebody in the field for the air. This is gonna be a real ruckus, a real melee. You know what I'm saying? I really feel bullied. I feel oppressed. You know what I'm saying? I think the only thing keeping me safe is the Rona. You know, keeping a distance. Anyway, I'll catch y'all on Discord shortly.